Wow, she is a bitch.
Don't you think you've already messed her life up enough?
Her
I
husband?
just wanted her to be happy.
And now she can be.
She was.
Oh, sweetheart. She's finally found the prince of her dreams.
Oh my god. In this scene, she skillfully manipulated a devoted husband into thinking that he doesn't belong with his wife, the woman who literally agreed to marry him. And not only, but she was able to completely nullify and minimize Shrek's gesture for Fiona, as if it's a cute attempt and not a sacrifice he's willing to make for his wife. There is no difference between Charming and Shrek at this point in time, but Shrek is manipulated into thinking that somehow that's still not enough. That he's still an ogre, not a prince, no matter how he looks. It feels like nothing he'll ever do will be enough, because the end goal here is for him to give up. If you're having a tyrant archetype in your life, do not believe them, regardless if they're praising you or they're insulting you. They have a way to distort reality and present it in a manipulative way. I know it's hard. There might be people that you care about, but always try to ask yourself, what is their end goal here? Because more often than not, they do not have your best interest at heart, really. What is really scary in this scene is how she's blatantly mocking him and essentially telling him he's not enough, all while still seeming this kind entity that just wants the best for everyone. Disgusting.
I'm afraid Fiona isn't really warming
Happy?
up. Perhaps it's best if we just call the whole thing off, okay? What? I mean, you can't force someone to fall in love.
I beg to differ. I do it all the time.
Well, that's not good,
Have
though,
Fiona
is it?
drink this and she'll fall in love with the first man she kisses, which will be charming.
No.
What?
Some balls.
I can't. I won't do it.
Come on,
Yes,
Harold.
you will. If you remember, I helped you with your happily ever after. And I can take it away just as easily.
Good old blackmail.
Is that what you want?
You see, a corrupt leader is no match for a tyrant. I admire Harold for at least trying to put up some resistance. Seeing his daughter not being happy is profoundly affecting him, and this is where we can see he's not a bad person at his core. He's just scared of being truthful, but that's quite the issue. The more Harold will act outside of his core values, the more he'll fall into a tyrant archetype himself, following exactly the Fairy Godmother's example, becoming a tyrant to his family and kingdom in order to protect himself and his goals. A leader is not someone that doesn't make mistakes. It's someone that seeks redemption through courageous actions that prioritize ethical considerations over personal and immediate gains. And Harold is in the middle of his journey to become a true leader. He might have backed down now, but the fact that he was able to summon her here and say no, it's still progress and a great step toward becoming a healthy leader. And this is my point here. Learn to not judge yourself based on the mistakes you've made, but rather evaluate yourself based on the efforts you've made to make things right. It's never too late to change. It's never too late for redemption. You just need the courage to admit you're not perfect. Don't do it, man. I mean, it does look kind of cute, though.
I thought I might find you here. How about a nice hot cup of tea before the ball?
That's gonna fix anything and everything.
There's just one problem. That's not my husband. Hey, look at him.
Yeah, look at him. So obnoxious.
People change for the ones they love. You'd be surprised how much I changed for your mother.
Uh-huh.
You might find you like this new Shrek.
Dude.
But it's the old one I fell in love with, Dad.
Here it is. Harold finds changing everything about oneself to fit a certain role an act of love. And that's why he's so against Shrek. He never did that for Fiona, so he assumed it isn't true love. Very important how each of us understands love, you see. However, that was also, of course, fueled by his racism towards Shrek and the deal with the Fairy Godmother. Except now, Shrek did change everything about him. And I think this is what makes Harold change his mind about their relationship. Not only he sees Fiona being miserable with Charming, but he might realize Shrek not changing his form or lifestyle was not out of selfishness, but it was what made Fiona fall in love with him to begin with. Harold! Non farti venire un colpo, eh?
I told you, ogres don't live happily ever after!
Go, Harold! Bam! You die. There you go. Now life is good.
Harold?
Surprise! Harold was able to sacrifice himself because deep down he is a good leader, or at least he desires it. He values love above all else and is willing to repair the mistakes he made. Now that the truth is known about him, he can also be true in his words. He can apologize, he can empathize, he can be humble. This is what truth will set you free means, by the way. When you stop letting fear and insecurity hold you back and start sharing them with others while taking action anyway, you'll find they lose their power and grip on you. This was the end of the Shrek series, but let me know what you want me to react to next. You go, girlfriend.